So, as you guys do know, tonight is the night of the NBA draft. I'm filming this at 7:30 in the morning. I can't see my time right now because you could probably tell by my mic quality. I'm filming on my phone now. It's a whole lot better than the headset I was using on my laptop. So editing will be slowed down, but my editing was just a Google slideshow. Uh, so I'm going to look at three more potential draft prospects we could get, But first I want to play this clip of Donald Trump actually saying like a direct message to the Miami Heat front office after whiffing the Kevin Durant trade. Take a listen.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
I agree. First up, we have the Walter Clayton Jr. draft pick, which a lot of traction has been building, a lot of steam has been building recently because every single mock draft outside of Yahoo has us getting him because he did the Jaime Jaquez method, where Jaime Jaquez, before he got drafted, he was like, oh yeah, my favorite player is Jimmy Butler. My favorite game I've ever watched was Jimmy Butler, 56 points. So a reporter asked Walter Clayton Jr., out of three celebrities alive or dead, who do you have dinner with? He said Eric Spoelstra, Rick Ross, and Kobe. So throwing Eric Spoelstra and Rick Ross out there, it's pretty... I think he might know something we don't know. Personally, I do not want Walter Clayton. Here are his stats. Pretty good, you see 18 points, not the greatest efficiency, but I mean, it's roughly Ben Sahaaf's field goal percentage, and I'm super sold on Ben Sahaaf, but not him, strictly because I do not want another score first bad defensive guard, and I don't want another 4-year college player to come to my team. But I think this one is going to happen. His strengths are his shot making is elite, and I think he was like one of the best shooters in the draft combine. His weaknesses are defense, and he's not the best playmaker, but he can play make. He's not going out there with like DeAndre Jordan playmaking, like he's just not a pass first, as you could probably see by the assist numbers. It's like 4, which is roughly like Allen Iverson's assist numbers, but Allen Iverson averaged like 6 assists, and people were saying he wasn't a good playmaker, so he got shifted to the 2 instead of the 1, but that's a whole nother thing. Walter Clayton, good scorer, but here are his comparisons. So normally I'm out here making comparisons to Heat players. Like in my last video, I compared every single one of them to a former or current Heat player. And the first comparison is Tyler Johnson, which I didn't even make. NBA Draft.net had him at Tyler Johnson comparisons, and Cameron Payne, but I don't see Cameron Payne. I don't even really see Tyler Johnson because Tyler Johnson was an explosive athlete. He was a good shot maker, but Walter Clayton's a better shot maker, but worse of an athlete, if you ask me, and worse of a playmaker, for being honest. So this one I don't really see, but it's cool to have a Miami Heat player listed. So next comparison is Ben Gordon, according to Yahoo Sports, which this one I think is a lot better than the Tyler Johnson comparison because, Ben Gordon was just a pure bucket getter, really. So that's kind of what I see Walter Clayton Jr. being. Yeah, everyone has him going to us except for Yahoo. I do not want him. I said that on the Anthony DiNardo comment section because, as I said earlier, he's the inspiration as to why I make YouTube videos, Miami Heat videos specifically. Shout out to him. I commented, I'm fine if we don't draft Walter Clayton. I was like, I want Sahaaf and Fleming, but as long as we don't draft Walter Clayton, I'm happy. And people are like coming at my throat. A lot of people don't understand that we don't need another score first bad defensive guard, especially a guard who spent 4 years at college. How did Jaime Jaquez play out? But that's another debate. I could be completely wrong. Maybe we draft him and he becomes like Jared McCain, right? Maybe he becomes the Jared McCain of our team, comes in, wins Rookie of the Year, All-Stars first year, Finals MVP, Anything could happen. Next up is Danny Wolf. Prior to the Walter Clayton news, a lot of Heat fans wanted Danny Wolf, which, yet again, I do not really want. I don't want to... I'll get into that when I talk about his strengths and weaknesses, so I'll pull up his stats right now. Here are his stats, and as I've said before, I'm not really sold on him. He does shoot a lot of threes. He does get a lot of rebounds. He is 7 foot, but he is a junior. I want a younger prospect. I do want a younger prospect. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on 50% shooting. 33 from 3, 60-ish from the line, which is not good. I'm just going to start with his strengths. His strengths is his shooting upside. He has potential to shoot. He shoots a lot of threes, but not the best shooter. But it's good to start developing them now. So he's not like Walker Kessler, just out there jacking up threes on the tanking team. So I do like that. I like his playmaking ability. It's really good. But yeah, he's a good rebounder. He's good height, but his his weaknesses is his athleticism. He's not athletic. I mean, he's not fast. He's not fast on his feet at all. He's not a good perimeter defender. He's not a good shooter. If you just look at the stats, he has shooting upside, but he's not a good shooter. His defense is bad. Really bad. So I'm gonna get to these next two. So I'm gonna say the second comparison. Okay, you're gonna see the second comparison and be like, what the hell? If you're saying you don't want him, why? Okay, but the first comparison is Kelly Olynyk, aka Kale's Kitchen. If y'all remember that from the bubble. I love Kelly Olynyk, I really, really do, which is a hot take, I guess. A lot of Heat fans don't like him because he was slow in his feet and shot questionable shots, but he hit some questionable shots too. And don't forget that one bubble game. Okay, this is the best picture I could find, but he had 23 points in 20 minutes, or he had 20 points in 23 minutes and 5 rebounds. Very, very good game, very entertaining game. Single-handedly won us this game. So, yeah. But, yeah, a lot of Heat fans don't like him. I love him. Kale's Kitchen carried the bubble on my Instagram feed all the time. He's great in the community, too. I do see the comparisons. I really do. They do shoot a lot of threes, questionable threes at points. They're not the fastest or most athletic, and they're both white. So that's the first comparison, which I agree on. I really think he could pan out to be literally exactly Kelly Olynyk, because if Kelly Olynyk didn't squad wipe Kevin Love back in the day. So next comparison is questionable, which I don't really see, but a lot of people are comparing him to. But, so if this is a crazy one, don't get on me, please. Nikola Jokic. Okay, so earlier I was like, I don't want him, and then it's like he could be Jokic. So why wouldn't I want him? And I've started this video off with 2 players that I do not want, and I'm only doing 3. So I don't know. This is what a lot of fans are saying he could be because of his passing upside, and lack of athleticism. He's a shooter, which I guess it's like the very, very all the stars align in the Milky Way in a perfect collateral. I guess this could happen. No, it could. There's no way in hell he becomes Nikola Jokic. If we draft him and he becomes Nikola Jokic, I'd rather have Danny Wolf over Walter Clayton, if we're being honest, because I really do not want a guard. If we draft a guard, it has to be Ben Sahafer, someone like that who can play make instead of score, because obviously we don't need scoring. We have Tyler Hero, who's not afraid to shoot any shot in the fucking world. That game against... Never mind. I'm not ranting about Tyler Hero. Nikola Jokic would be great to have Nikola Jokic on our team. Danny Wolf? No, I do not want Danny Wolf. This comparison, okay, the realism on the Kelly Olynyk was 9 out of 10. The realism on this is a 0.5 out of 10. This is fucking crazy. Next prospect, Ryan Kalkbrenner. According to NBADraft.net, he is the 11th best center in the draft, which I do not agree with. I watched a lot of Creighton games, so I know I know a thing or two about Ryan Kalkbrenner. And let's get into his stats and then talk about his strengths and weaknesses. Another senior? No. Yeah, okay. He is a senior, but I like him a lot more than the last 2 prospects, and I don't even want him that much, okay? I'm just talking about some potential prospects we can get. I don't agree with Nolan Trahor. If we do get a guard like Nolan Trahor, him and Ben Sahafer are basically identical. I guess Nolan is a lot more athletic, but I'm really sold on Ben Sahafer, dude. So I'm done glazing him. Back to Ryan Kalkbrenner. 7'1", 270, 19 points, 9 rebounds, but that field goal percentage is where I'm intrigued, and same with that 3-point percentage, especially this past season where he really kind of stepped outside the arc and began shooting and hitting more threes. And the fact that he's probably the best shot blocker in this draft, or if not the best shot blockers in this draft, really, really entices me. I like the 19 points. I like the rebounds, but the shot blocking is where it is at. If we're being honest, a prospect like Kalkbrenner or Danny Wolf, I'm picking Kalkbrenner every time. He kind of reminds me of Khalil Ware. His strengths are obviously shot blocking. He's a 3-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, he's probably the best interior defender in the draft, like I said. That's what I personally think. I know he may not be the best, but I think a lot of people do have him as quote-unquote one of the best, according to NBADraft.net. But I think that he is the best, okay? He's a great interior scorer. I think he's a great interior scorer. He has a great touch around the rim. I just got really loud there for a second. Excuse me. He has very good touch around the rim. He is one of the best screen setters, and one of the best pick and roll big men in the draft. He can pick and roll. He can roll to the rim hard. He can fade, which we need pick and roll. We need pick and rolls, mainly pick and roll ball handlers like Ben Sahafer. His weaknesses are he's not fast, and he is he's kind of a streaky free throw shooter. For his career he's shooting 70%, so he's not fast. He's kind of mid from the line, so that does kind of scare me when it comes to thinking of his long-term shooting success in the league. But another big weakness is his shot creation. He has no shot creation ability, if we're being honest. He kind of gets it. All of his points are really assisted. So he gets it down low, and he does have a good face-up game, kind of like Bam Adebayo's. They just jab, pump, and then shoots the turnaround fadeaway like a stupid person, excuse me, instead of just doing that little turnaround drop into the paint like he used to do in his rookie year. But I digress. He is not the best shooting touch. He's not the best shot creator, and he's not the most athletic person ever. So first comparison is our starting center in the 2020 NBA Finals when Bam Adebayo went down. A lot of people, his name is tainted to a lot of Heat fans, but I see this a lot. It's pretty accurate. Yet again, I'm making another Miami Heat connection to these draft prospects to try and put it in terms us Heat fans would kind of understand. Meyers Leonard, I do think he has potential to be a Meyers Leonard-esque player, and that's the only comparison I can really draw. So if you enjoyed this video, just leave a like or share it or subscribe, and if you hate it, then share it to your friends, and I'll get all your friends to comment on my video about how stupid I am for not wanting Danny Wolf or Walter Clayton, because any engagement will be engagement and boost me further and further and further. So have a nice day. See you after the draft tonight. Whoever we draft, I will be making a video either crying tears of joy or crying tears of sadness. So see ya.